Hi guys, I've just set up a drop rig and we're going to leave it here for 36 or more hours. I'm using the Zoom F3 and Clippies. I've put them over here, there, bags down in there. We're in quite a thick bit of woodland and we're in a new area. We're looking for nightjars. I'll tell you more about it when we come back to get the rig. Hi guys, it's 2 days later, we're coming back to the site, and the reason why I left the drop rig there for 2 nights is because the wind speed was forecast to be below 5 miles an hour for both of those nights, and from what I could tell, it absolutely was. In our search for nightjars now, we've moved outside of where I was originally recording, which is way over there. If you see the spiked mountain in the distance, the Macklin recording is down off the side of that. The Bryn Revel recording in the Paddon Park is down in the valley between that peak and this hillside that we can just see over there with a bit of forestry on top. That's the Kevin D site. So we're over here now. We're basically going in a line across North Wales on the edges of the mountain ranges. The site we've been recording in over the last couple of nights is down here. This piece of forestry is called Hafod y Wern. It lies between and behind Wern and Rhosgadfan. And the mountain you can see there in the distance is called Elephant Mountain. That's its common name. Its real name is Gwynedd Wales. If you can see, it's shaped like an elephant that's sat down. You've got the big humpback, maybe a rear leg sticking out towards us. And then over on the left hand side is the domed head leading down to the trunk coming off the side there. The village over this way is Rhosgadfan. So we've moved outside of our area and we're heading west down the Clean Peninsula, which is further down there. So we're going to see how far the nightjars actually stretch. So the recording site is about another mile along here, along the edge of this forest. We'll head down there now and see if the rig is still there and still recording. Here we come to the entrance of the recording site. I'll just show you the landscape around here and why I think this area is perfect for nightjars. Out here we got moorland. And as I was walking across it, there were just tons and tons of moths, butterflies, maybugs, other kinds of insects. So the food source is here. And nightjars are also known to habituate that kind of land. But they prefer pine forests on the edges of this kind of land, pine forests where some trees have been cut down and replanted. So that's that area there, and it edges right on to this moorland. And here's some of the older, larger trees. In a sense, I'm hedging my bets. They're different types of environment, but nightjars go to all of them, and they all intersect right here. So let's go into this forest. So rather than following the path, we've come into here. So we're going in by the big trees. This is an unofficial racetrack for mountain bikers. And they head down these tracks. They've made them in the forestry. And here's another strange feature in this woods. There is basically a load of trees that have come down but it forms a circle. It's almost as if a tornado tube has come down into it, started up, knocked all the trees down and then stopped. And yes, we do get little tornadoes here. We're going to follow the bike trail down until we find the markers that I've left out. So the first indicator for me is the lower part of this tree line, the trees that are still standing. You see the bikers here, they just jump over these and head down. Down these trails. Now that is really steep. I did walk that the other day and there's loads of jumps and areas where it's even steeper. So what I'm looking for now, on the left hand side, is some sticks that look like an arrow. And there they are. So in from here we go in and down. We're trying to find a piece of moss on a tree. I just left it on a stubby branch. There it is. Some of it's fallen off, but it's still here. And now we go in. It's quite thick in here. A lot of old trees also got their moss on. I wouldn't be surprised if we heard pine martins in this woods. We may get some on the recordings, who knows. So I need to come up through here. And I think it's either here or in the next little bay. Here we are. Look at this, little hidey holes under here. Any kind of animal can hide in these. Down in there, there's like a little run through. And there's the clippies, guys. There's the clippies, the right and the left. The bag's still there. So I've deliberately orientated them to see where the strongest signal's coming from. Now, let's see if it's still turned on, because it's been 40 hours since we started recording here. Let's have a look. There we are, guys, still recording. Power bank's at 30%, so 40 hours, 30%. I'll remember that. The first part has worked out. We've got our recording. Now I'm going to go home, upload it to the computer. I'll make a playlist for the hour before and after dawns from these random sites now that we're going to. I'll put any Nightjar sounds in the Nightjar playlist. And if there's any interesting snippets, I'll leave it at the end of this video. Thanks for watching. See you next time.